Hello everyone, this is David Kendrick coming to you from Lion Speaking Agency, and today what we're going to do is talk about the current pandemic and how it impacts people's mental health. So, since January, we've heard about the current pandemic that we're facing, and as things seem to get worse and worse by the hour. We're hearing about celebrities who have been infected. We have close friends and family members who have been infected, and people are starting to pass away while we try to figure out what exactly is going on and how can we prevent this virus from spreading all across the country. So let's talk about mental health right now and how it's impacting people during this time of emergency in the country. Let's start with those individuals who have been out of work or furloughed. Now, a lot of us in the country, we live paycheck to paycheck. And if we miss out on just one paycheck, our whole lives can be in shambles. So, anxiety starts to creep in. Depression starts to creep in. We start to think to ourselves, what can I do? My job just laid me off, or I've been furloughed. I only have enough money to last me for the next 2 weeks. How am I going to last the next 2 months? We become depressed, anxious. Where are we going to get our next meal from? When are we going to get our next check? I see reports that say over 6 million people have filed for unemployment. So what number am I in that 6 million? When will my needs be taken care of? When will my voice be heard? That's what everyone in the country is thinking right now. And when that doubt creeps in, we start to get depressed. We get anxious because we don't know what's going to happen next in our lives. A demographic that I just read a report about yesterday was our healthcare workers. Those heroes right now who are on the front lines fighting this virus. Now, I'm a veteran myself. And I was injured in combat in 2007. But the front lines that we're seeing now, we have a different demographic fighting this war, this viral war right now. Our nurses, our doctors, our home health aides, everyone who works in the medical profession who are in close proximity to this virus every single day. What are they going through mentally? They don't want to expose their family to this virus when they come home. They themselves are worried about, do I have it? I'm coming in close contact with this thing every single day. But it's my job to help my country. Just like I did in 2006 when I was deployed on the front lines of Iraq. These nurses, doctors, medical professionals, they're on the front lines every single day fighting this virus, and they come back with a new form of PTSD. Who knows if they're ever going to be the same after this? Every time you feel a cough or a little tingle in your throat, you think, I can imagine them thinking to themselves, do I have the coronavirus? Am I infected? Can I be around my family at this time? I've read reports that a couple of doctors, they're staying at hotels because they don't want their clothes. They don't want any part of what they have on for the day to even be in their homes because they're worried that their families are going to become infected. Think about that mental toll, the strain that they're going through at this time. Working 12, 13, 14-hour days and not being able to go home and see your family because you're fearful that you're going to, whatever you have on, it may have come in contact with the virus and you don't want the people closest to you to even be in contact with it. Being anxious, being depressed, being socially distant, Some may call it socially responsible by not putting others in danger. Let's think about their battlefield. They're fighting a virus that you cannot see. You can't hear it. You don't know if it's in the area or not. It's an invisible, viral enemy. What about their mental health? Did I come in contact with this today? Am I infected? Am I going to spread this to people that I know? When this pandemic is over in the country, they're probably going to have to go through some type of therapy, some type of counseling, because being put on the front lines every single day, it has an impact on your mind, on your psyche. And hopefully, these medical professionals will come out the same way they went into this war, fighting this invisible enemy. Let's move on to small business owners. Those individuals who cannot operate any longer because their business isn't considered essential. They're angry. They're depressed. They're anxious as well. Some small business owners, their small business is their entire life. It's their livelihood. It's how they put food on the table. Now they're unable to do that. And who knows for how long. So mentally, that small business owner, put yourself in their shoes for a minute. When will I be up and operational again? Other people are depending on me to eat. What about my employees? What do I do? How am I going to survive myself? This is how I used to feed my family. Now I have to find a new way. I'm depressed. I'm anxious. I have bills lined up. I have employees who need answers that I just don't have right now. Am I going to be able to operate after this thing is over? How will I recover from going 2 or 3 or 4 months without running my business? I'll never recover from this. All the self-doubt that starts to creep in with these small business owners. How do they recover? Me personally, I have 2 sisters who are supposed to be graduating this year. Hour by hour, state by state, school is being canceled for the rest of the year. Imagine being 18 years old and having that once-in-a-lifetime experience taken away from you. And at that age, you really don't understand why. When you're a teenager, your brain is developing, you're going through so many emotions, you're trying to figure out who you're going to be, and you have this once-in-a-lifetime experience stripped away from you. No high school prom, no graduation, no getting fitted for your cap and gown, no way to celebrate those 4 hard years of high school finally being over with. Completely stripped away from them. The mental health of our country right now is in a tragic state. Professionals in every demographic are hurting. Small business owners are hurting. Parents are hurting. How do we recover? Who do we reach out to? What do we do? When is this going to be over? that uncertainty, it creeps in the mind. We become anxious. Some people turn to substances, drugs, alcohol, because they've lost everything. They don't know when their next paycheck is coming. And the only way to relieve their stress is through substances. So we're seeing right now an increase in substance abuse because malls are closed, restaurants are closed, bars are closed. A lot of places that we socially gather are closed. But everywhere I go, I still see liquor stores open for business. And the lines are longer than ever. So now what was a mental health problem becomes a mental health and substance abuse problem. So call to action. How do we recover? What resources do we reach out to? No matter what state you're in, there are emergency support lines for emotional support. Know who to reach out to within the government to help you file unemployment, to help you file for a business loan through the CARES Act. Know what resources are available to you. Know what apps out there are available to you, like Headspace and the Calm app. If you feel that you're developing a substance abuse problem, groups like Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, they're doing online sessions right now. Google your local AA or NA group and find out what they're doing to help individuals who are just going through a hard time right now with substances. Know what resources are available to you. Know who you can reach out to for help, what I call your team of champions. And together, we will all get through this thing.